15 seconds in is where we're going to start. And wait till you see what he looks like now. You know, you'll see, and I'll explain his new look here in a second, but I'll show this. The Barbershop!
White and black Americans is growing wider with each passing day. Our views, culture, general outlook on life are so different that even living in the same community, sharing the same space, is something that's almost unfeasible. At least, that's what you'd believe if you're an avid consumer of legacy media.
Or if you're an avid consumer of Anthony Cumia's, your friend's, Twitter profile. The media is making us think that there's a divide between white and black. Can you believe this is the angle he's taking now? Just because he wanted to go into a barbershop. So we love when Crowder accosts black people. And this is a great showing of it. Let's get into it.
If the world falls apart, trust should not be dulled out easily to anyone,
Obama.
especially white people.
Here's the thing I've noticed, and you can comment if this is the same.
This music is terrible. This mixing is horrible.
At all with my
So Crowder's really lost a lot of his staff. His productions aren't professional.
They've gone down.
They've gone down. As you could hear, the voiceover, the VO, is way too low in the mix. You've got this background music I could barely hear in my beautiful Sennheisers. I'm wearing Sennheisers, by the way. Last week of these dang Sennheisers. Oh, Mike, you're wearing Sennheisers? They were $1,200. And they're being thrown out. I'm going to cut the cables right in front of you next week. No, I shouldn't do that. These should be a backup, right? I've got my custom in-ears coming. I can't be more excited. I'm going to be like a real rock star when I get these.
No
like John
traction.
Mayer. This is going to be me putting them in. You ever seen these stars on stage? They take their earpiece out and they talk to the crowd for a little bit and then they just pop it back in. When I look at that, I go, what are you doing? How are you going to get that back in? I sit here all day trying to hold these things in. If I move a little bit, you've seen me. And then I start getting cranky. I'll be able to do what they do where you just go, boop. Watch, they won't fit or something. My ears have grown tremendously from Judaism. Okay, so here he is. It's Crowder and the Blacks uniting. But wait till you see what Crowder looks like now. He's gone through it. I like when someone's gone through it and they look like crap now.
Experiences, and that's what's inspired me to actually deal with the likes of these legacy media.
This is old clips. So this isn't the new stuff.
Get
It's
out
coming.
into the community and have real conversations with average Americans, black Americans,
Afro-Americans.
not caricatures of what the media thinks.
Not
Black
caricatures.
people.
And then they show a
People like Van
caricature.
Jones.
Black people are at risk from police.
In the latest installment of this series, I made my way to
trying to find an example.
Yeah, look at this.
Of the
He's-
legacy media.
He's like, legacy
bringing
media
black
wants
people
you to
down."
believe that black people are just terrible, violent criminals. And then he plays this clip. Watch.
the media thinks black people are. People like Van Jones.
Black people are at risk from police.
In the latest
Black people are at risk from police. Oh my God, I can't believe the media would ever say that. That's so not true.
It's like cut off. In the
Black
middle
people are at risk from police. Can you believe it?
Is the
lie.
only example you can
That's the only example. So here he is coming in the barbershop. I'll pause once we get a good shot of his. But
Jeez,
take a look at his
that.
body. So I want to explain his body, but let me get a better shot.
installment of this series, I made my way to a cultural mainstay in modern black American society,
Is
the
this like
barbershop.
black music?
Because
to
really,
him?
what better place to
This is what he thinks is black music, yeah.
find authentic, unfiltered perspective than the place that's
Look at that
iconically
shot
known
of him. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
as the breeding ground for conversation in the black community. And what did I find?
Blues. He's playing down-home blues music. You hear that like swamp nigga shit. Jeez, when I say the N-word, that bomb sound effect better come in like that, or it leaves you feeling real bad about yourself. It's about me. So he's visited this black barbershop. The only person. So he basically just gave a quick call to a random black. He doesn't know these people. He went in the phone book, looked for a black-owned barbershop, found this one, called the owner, who's this guy, and just goes, "Hi, it's Stevie Crowder. We'd love to come down. We'd love to do a video. We get a million views on you." Yeah, come on down, man. But nobody else at the barbershop knows who he is. And the barbershop is not shut down for a shoot. The regular clients of the barbershop are in there. So Steven Crowder's going to come in with 3 or 4 cameras, a boom guy, and basically hang out in the barbershop all day talking about why we're so different, okay? And watch this.
Are black and white Americans as far apart from each other as we've been told? Well, see for yourselves. This is Black and White on the Gray Issue.
Wow. You could barely hear it.
Great.
You don't do your bid?
Okay, so this guy goes, want me to do your bit? Want me to do your bit? And let me show you something here. I don't know what kind of black disease this is, but he's got, you'll see in another shot, he's got Band-Aids, week-old Band-Aids, covering up half of what appears to be giant, grotesque, pussy-infected scabs. All over his arms. What kind of standard black disease is that, Lala? Where you get a bunch of green scabs all over your arm that are bleeding and you're covering up with Band-Aids from the 1950s. Yellow Band-Aids. And this guy goes to Crowder, goes, want me to line you up? Watch this. This is how it starts.
You don't do your bid? You good?
What are you going to do?
Want me to do your beard? And Crowder goes, what are you going to do? So you didn't even plan to get your haircut. You were just going to sit in the seat at the barbershop and ask them questions about race. But look at Crowder. Can we see here? Is this a good one to stop on? He looks different. Okay, I'll tell you what's been going on. Similar to Nick DiPaolo, Anthony Cumia, it seems like the new thing to do, on the right at least, is when you get disgraced publicly. And maybe this is a way to get their confidence back, but it seems like all the guys who get disgraced publicly start doing a lot of steroids. We know Crowder has talked about his steroid use. They're all on it now, all these guys. If a guy looks like he's on steroids, they're on it. So he's got acne now. His hair is very wispy and greasy. His beard,
stinging.
Look how patchy his beard is now. His teeth have gone crooked. His nose is pudgier. He's got bags under his eyes. His eyebrows are in different places than they used to be. He's disheveled now. And I think that's what happens when you're on a steady supply of the highest amount of Adderall you could have. And then they all pretend, they all start like Bert Kreischer. Oh, I'm just doing like the bare minimum just to give me a little pep. But then they want that feeling all the time. And they go, guys, you know, I want to be fucking huge. And there's something about being canceled or being disgraced in front of everybody. I think they think I can get my confidence back if I'm huge. If I show up huge, then I don't have to feel as small as they've made me feel. I'll get on these steroids. I'll look like this. You've seen Nick DiPaolo, all of them. They're all cheating to win now. But are you really winning? Look what it's gotten you.
So
You've got,
bad.
and you'll see, I'll pause some of these. He's got these giant breasts now. He's all puffy and out of sync. His skin, you could tell his body is rejecting what it's being put through. He really, really looks bad. Even when they clean him up, he's going to look bad. So here's this black guy goes, want me to do it? Which means, do you want me to give you a beard cut? I would say no. And look at Crowder's face here. Watch how he responds.
You don't do your bid? You good?
What are you going to do? You're going to make me look like a photo-negative Drake or something?
Oh, what are you going to make? What are you going to do? Are you going to make me look like a photo-negative Drake? And again, you could really see he's receding. This is like the worst he's ever looked. Messy. I mean, really, look at it. He looks like a beat-up old pussy. A vagina. I'll show you more when the light hits him the right way. You're really going to see all these craters and wrinkles and damage and decay.
You put my eyes on it. I can clean it up.
Clean it up.
Okay.
Man, go get cleaned up, man.
Well, I asked him earlier, he said he was too busy.
No.
So Crowder's going to get cleaned up, and keep in mind this guy's got all those bleeding scabs all over his arm, which is giving Crowder the willies. But he just got here. He can't be like, nah, scab arm. He's got to play nice because he doesn't even know what to say to them. Let's see.
Okay.
Look, yeah, here.
Earlier said he was too busy.
No. You was at that time.
Okay.
Look at this. I mean, there was a better one. What do you do if you do this? Does it? Yeah, there you go. It's too balloony. Look at his chest. And he thinks that's what's going to save him. The steroid use. It's making you dumb, stupid. I mean, really, these guys are going to get in trouble from using steroids. It's not as safe as Joe Rogan claims it to be. If it were safe, I would be fucking red. You know, I'm declining this stuff. This would really help me. You don't think I want unlimited power? You know, but when you look over it, it's very damaging, very bad. This is something you're supposed to use when you're 70, not when you're, you know, in your 30s.
Come on,
We don't.
Wait till you see this guy's arm.
Hair done like this.
Oh, he's really. Let's see. Wait till you see this arm.
Most people, from my estimate.
Oh, here, this guy calls himself School, Skool.
Also, you can tell Crowder has no idea what these guys are even saying because he just starts this guy in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, he has no idea.
What
And the
they're
way
talking about.
do these guys know this is what's called black cringe? It's like just because you're black doesn't mean you could wear anything you want as long as you have a chain. So many black guys dressed in this ridiculous, like we saw Ty Dolla $ign. Yes. And or they wear these ridiculous frames looking like Corey Gamble. This is a really tacky look. It doesn't look good on anyone. And it's so present. It's so prevalent that white kids even try to mock this look. Although this is just a failed look by an out-of-it guy. But like little white kids see this and they go, oh, that's what black people wear. So then you see these little kids who go to like Travis Scott concerts, they dress like this now. With like these dog chains and like ridiculous pants.
Most people are afraid of the backlash that's just going to come with it if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, whereas...
I gotta pause on this guy's arms.
I think you have the room to be wrong if you don't know, but...
So Crowder can't understand anything they're saying. He doesn't understand their slang. He doesn't understand their culture.
Who's to say that you're wrong? Like I say, one of the things I agreed with you with was, so what you're saying is, so for all this time that this has been correct, now this short amount of time, everybody...
Oof, look at him. And there's no worse place to be than the barber's chair. So they've cleaned him up a little bit. Look how much nicer he looks. From the black experience.
He looks
You see
better.
his beard looks
Still
way
has
better.
all those zits.
Now, I gotta get a freeze frame when you see this guy's
Yes,
arm.
It's happening any moment now.
And look how zitty he is. He really looks like shit.
They've got to change on the dime.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see a little Band-Aid here. So what is this disease?
It looks like he fell off a
come to the other
motorcycle.
side. That's gonna be
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Hold on, it gets way more graphic.
I'm a he and a her. That's it. That's about all I got.
Yeah, I know.
That offends you. I can call you by your names, but that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You know, look, I think they always try and misconstrue it, right? We were talking about like
There's a
divide and
thing.
conquer in the media. It's like, look, just because I think that male and female is a thing doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I hate you, but you can't restructure society and...
So again, look at all these Band-Aids. Ooh, ooh. So, and right by Crowder's lips. You don't want that guy's elbow right by your lips. But yeah, so he found the one thing he could relate on. Black people hating gays. So he's going to go into this Black Barbershop. Now, they're not really even familiar. They've half heard these headlines. It's not on their minds. It's not something they're talking about. They go in every day and they're having a good time. They're telling stories with their friends. They're sharing tales, and it's the Black Barbershop, and they're all happy. Crowder comes in and poisons their head with a million new things they got to be worried about now. He's like, you understand what they're doing to schools, right? Nah. And they're like, nah, they don't know, and they don't even really care. But now they're forced to care. So like a week later, they're going to be like, oh, what do we, you know, this is going to stress them out. They don't have room for this.
And they
Not
don't
replace
go
it
to
with it.
$4.50 if you're done with the scab.
Yeah. Well, if we see that scab again, shout it out, because I still haven't showed where it's green. And
Well, you
plastic.
can keep playing. I think that
Let's see what
thing.
happens.
Like, they don't have an answer. It's like, so how many gingers are there? Well, I don't know. Well, how many can we put on a driver's license? Well, I don't know. Well, how many pro...
Oh, the Band-Aid
Pronouns do I have to learn?
flapping.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever
the
someone
Band-Aid's
wants.
flapping. Look at this. The one by his hair is falling off. Look.
That's stupid.
Look. Oh,
Now
right
you
by his
gotta
eye.
give each individual person.
Right by his eye. That's how you catch the vaccine. That's got to be worse than the vax.
I didn't notice that before.
Yes, that's what I said. It's like hanging in his face.
And
Wait, it gets way
everything
worse.
What's your pronoun?
Yeah.
What's your
Instead of
pronoun?
just, hey, Ted, what's your name? You know, hey, guy, what's your name? It's way too much. And, you know, society has
This
villainized
poor
anybody
guy.
that doesn't. If you don't sway with the alphabet community, you're gonna catch the wrath. You know, if
wrath.
if it's possible.
Well, look what happened with Dave Chappelle.
So he's going to bring up Chappelle. He tries to pander to these black guys, and he thinks they're going to love Chappelle, right? They're black. Chappelle is for fucking white people. Chappelle is not like a black Twitter thing. I mean, they watch it, but, you know, it's not like the blackest thing out there, and that's what Crowder thinks.
I can't take my
When they
eyes
came
off.
after him.
Yeah, wait,
and then
it
he
gets
doubled
worse.
down, which, you know, made him a hero, basically.
Yeah, and he was independent enough and independently wealthy enough to where you can't stop my money. See,
Right.
that's the thing. If you're attached to anything where they can cut you
So
off.
Crowder's basically just thinks it's amazing that these guys have heard a couple of these stories.
Yes.
He's like, can you believe these stupid black people know about this trans stuff too? We're more alike than we are different.
That's the power they have over.
Yeah.
But if you're independent of that, if you can't take my bread away, you know, you get a little more freedom and a little more leeway to kind of operate like that.
Yeah.
I hope Crowder's involvement got their, like, they had to move out of their business now because the liberal street doesn't want them being on this conservative show, and he ruined all their lives.
Well, he experienced that. That was kind of new, right? Where the LGBT, like, they came for.
Oh, yeah.
They came for a black celebrity.
So here's him trying to relate to them with a story.
Okay.
You have to give people room to grow to that understanding. And even if they never do understand, you got to find a common ground where you can at least get along.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize they don't like my booking agent. He's a gay Cuban, and you would think if you didn't know, like super gay, the most homophobic motherfucker you've ever met in your life. Just because he'll be like, these trans people are out of it. I watched him. I swear to you. We were at a steakhouse right here. And
So they think they're about to get like a barbershop style story that comes with like a laugh at the end, right?
Yes.
So here's Crowder's story that he's telling this black person. They don't want this.
trans people are out of it. I watched him. I swear to you. We were at a steakhouse right here, and he's gay. He's there with his like boyfriend. He's against gay marriage and he's gay. But it's just really, he's like, well, I just don't understand. Like, I'm just gay. Why do I want to get married? He's like, they're pissing me off. I'm like, William, you can't say that. He's like, no, you can't say that. Only I can say that. But he was sitting there, he had 2 drinks in, and the server was a white woman. She goes, I don't really understand the whole, like, the new gender queer, like pansexual. And she's asking him because he's gay. So she thinks he knows. And he's a gay Cuban guy, and he just looks at her and he goes, they're all murderers. I'm like, wow. Whoa, William, this is, he's like, I'm just telling.
Wait, the gay people be murdering now? That's not a Black Barbershop style story. The story.
You just confused
What is it?
the fuck out of him.
Look how confused he is. Let's see how that went.
They're all murderers. I'm like, wow. Whoa, William, this is, he's like, I'm just telling you, having lived in these, used to be drag queens were funny. We did drag queen shows. He's like, we weren't doing it in libraries with children. He's like, this has gone way too f***ing far. And he loses his mind. He loses his mind.
Oh.
Not all gay and lesbian people are on board with all of this. That's the thing, too. They're not represented.
Right, it's never absolute. It's never absolute with the violence.
Funny story, huh? You ready to have him here all day? I hope your clients like these tales. Oh, man. And that's what a black person does when they don't really care. Look at this guy back here. He just came in for his weekly 2-hour haircut just to shave his head. You know, how do they have the time? How do they have the money? If you're getting your haircut that short, you need a haircut every 2 days to keep it looking like that. And they work on this hair for 2.5 hours. They're sitting there working. It's just a buzz cut. You don't want to hear about this story. All right, what's our next one?
11:15.
11:15. Ooh.
So I'm tingling all over in anticipation for this one.
Let's see what happened. Any setup needed?
Just play.
be at the party.
I mean, look at Kevin Hart and the Oscars.
Yeah, because he made a gay joke 8 years ago. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess they really showed him. It's like, he's like the richest comedian on earth now. That guy is constantly working. My God. I don't even know how that guy is walking upright at this
his money
point.
allowed him to save himself.
How many times did Cat Williams get arrested? Was it like 400 times in 82 months?
Hey, he said.
Okay, so he brings up Cat Williams. You see, he's getting no response from these people. Look at this guy. Why you got this white person in here doing this to us as if we haven't been through enough? And none of them really like him. They're like, what is he talking about? This guy's like hateful towards gays. Like even black people they think gays are icky, right? But when they heard Crowder, they're like, damn, man, maybe these gay people are right. Always talking about, this is crazy. You gotta be nice though. So Crowder sees that it's not really working, so he decides to bring up Cat Williams, the comedian. Let's see what he says.
Arrest, but no conviction.
I've been arrested many times, but I've never been.
You ain't never seen him out? Oh, this motherfucker doing a Cat Williams over here thinking he's the only one. Gotta keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
So one of the black guys, Crowder brings up Cat Williams, and then the barber goes, this motherfucker here has a ribbon around his neck. You want a Cat Williams? Crowder has classically done a Cat Williams. So watch this again.
This is like the curse.
This is like the curse. Have you watched The Curse? Benny Higbee, Nathan Felder, and Elizabeth Piss. What is her name? The redhead from The Curse? Emma Stone, who is a big phony baloney. She just did an Actors on Actors, but that curse is a gift.
Love her. And the fuck.
So this is like The Curse. We started noticing right around this part, it's shot and edited like the awkward moments of Nathan Fielder's The Curse. Except this isn't scripted, it's real. Watch this Cat Williams shit go down. Watch.
You ain't never seen him out?
So
Oh,
here,
this motherfucker doing a Cat Williams over here thinking he's the only one. Gotta keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
ooh, and no one really.
That was almost like a Kanye like.
You hear someone doing a Cat Williams, so you bust out the blacketiest voice, and they're not used to seeing a white guy just start doing a black voice. And this guy's like, damn. That is called putting down a black guy, and the black guy having to hold it in so he doesn't get in an incident.
You know.
You know.
Here thinking he's the only one.
Watch
Gotta
it.
keep your pimp hand strong, motherfucker.
That was like a little kid.
Shaving that man's head with my bent back paper clips and shit. Yeah, exactly.
They said he'd never been in court.
Oh, this guy's like, dude, that's so cringe. Can't look at him. I'm doing a haircut, right? She's been shaving this black guy's head for 2 hours. There's nothing more to shave. And how much are you paying for this experience? Because 2 hours is a lot. I hope you're not paying like $600 for this. That's what black people think inflation is, because they spend 7 hours at the salon every day. You could do this yourself. $20 clippers.
Isn't he coming to Windstar? Yeah.
Remember that video of him getting choked out by a 14-year-old?
Yes, sir. That playing soccer.
Oh, so you're just bringing up black moments that you remember? It's like just random black moment. Just because he's black? It's like they don't need to just talk about 7 black things that happened over the last 20 years. That's the only way he could relate to them.
Go to 13, 15.
13, 15. And they're picking up on this. They're not stupid.
I mean, could you imagine if, like, Pryor were coming up today?
Could you imagine if Pryor were coming up today? Because he's black, they could relate. They must know Pryor, right? Let's see. Play.
Imagine, like, there's no that guy would get in trouble immediately. Yeah.
Listen to this in total. Listen to this in total. Listen to what he says about Richard Pryor, who, by the way, Richard Pryor never said anything offensive. He was just a black comic. It was edgy for the 1940s, but he was allowed to do it then, and he would certainly be allowed to do it now. Listen to this.
making money hand over goods.
I mean, could you imagine if like Pryor were coming up today? Can you imagine? Like, there's no way that guy would get in trouble immediately.
Yeah.
That guy would get in trouble immediately. For what? For what? No one's getting in trouble for any Richard Pryor style comedy. In fact, Richard Pryor follows me. Remember this? Yep.
Yeah.
Followed by Richard Pryor. He ain't following you, but the family of Richard Pryor, they know I'm the closest thing to this Richard Pryor to them. And I think
Ain't that
Richard
the
Pryor
truth?
sucks. I had a Richard Pryor, you know what I did? I bought up all the albums. I went out to all the collectors. I paid them big bucks for Pryor albums, all these original prints. I destroyed them all. I had what's called a Pryor demolition. And I lit all the records on fire. And I've taken them from the public archive.
That made Chicago radio history.
It did make Chicago radio history. I don't want people remembering Richard Pryor. I want you remembering George Carlin. Shit, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, shit, part, turn, and twat.
He said he's the best ever. In my
He's the best ever.
Because
Because he's black.
You wouldn't be able to tell the same level as jokes.
Ain't the best ever.
See, you're confusing them. Yeah, he won't be able to tell the same level of jokes. Yes, he
Gets
would.
lost and thought about that for like 10 minutes.
You guys don't need to worry about this. Everything is fine. I promise. If Richard Pryor was here, you know, he'd probably would just be a boring, bad comedian. A rich Eddie Murphy guy. Okay, that's
1430.
1430.
I like it when Crowder tries out his material.
Doing some material on the, and this guy's not really buying it.
No,
This guy's not really
he
buying it.
knows what's going on.
And this guy just wants to fucking finish and go. You getting your hair bleached or is that
guy's
gray?
not even black. He's like Indian.
So he's not black and his hair's, he's not an old man. This is actually,
Imposter.
this is actually like, who's that guy who quit Coachella? This is more, say that again clearly.
Frank Ocean.
This is more of a Frank Ocean now that I look. That's a dye job. This is a cool Frank Ocean type of guy. Okay. Not.
Well, they can say it, but the problem is... Like, the problem is you have people who amplify, like the people who try and suppress a voice like Chappelle, then they amplify a voice like whatever it is. It could be Sexy Red or, you know, Cardi B, whatever it is. We're like, oh, no, this is... I mean, the fat pride thing is a big thing now, too, where you're like, oh, we have a health problem in America. And then we're like, no, you can't say doctors are not allowed to say you're obese.
Yeah, you don't want to body shame anymore.
Right. You want to body shame? Yeah.
Which, I don't even... What was that term?
Body shame? Yeah. That was invented by fat white women in like 2018.
So they like that he's even surprised. He said, why are they laughing? For some reason, you said fat white women. They had never heard of something like that. Body shaming. That was
like jokes about white people for
maybe
change.
that's what it was. They had never heard anything like that. Even Crowder can't believe they, you know, because Crowder was just pulling shit out of his ass right here.
Right. Do you want to body shame? Yeah.
Which, I don't even... What was that term?
Body shame? Yeah. That was invented by fat white women in like 2018.
That's real talk.
He can't believe it.
That's real talk.
That's real talk,
So
man.
he gets confident from the laughs.
Yeah.
And continues.
Okay.
She lost an argument with her husband, and she was about to be checkmated. She was like, "Are you body shaming me?"
That's real talk right there. That's where that came from, man. Yeah. Once again, if somebody's able to attach a level
Wait,
of...
did you skip ahead by accident?
Let's see. I'm at 1513.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay. What
Wait,
should I
hold
be
on.
at?
Go back. Wait, play from here.
Cardi B, whatever it is.
Oh,
Like, oh no,
maybe.
this is...
Yeah.
Wait,
She lost an argument with her husband, and she was about to be checkmated. She was like, "Are you body shaming me?"
That's real talk right there. That's where that came from, man. Yeah. Once again, if somebody's able to attach a level of offensiveness to any conversation that you have, they put you in peril of being ostracized and alienated.
Oh, I got sued by one of those fat models.
Here we go.
Yeah, because the problem is she was up there saying, like, this is healthy. I said, no, your blood type's pudding, bitch. Like, that's not healthy. and she said it caused her a
You love this. See, this is like the Kill Tony band. These black guys don't get to hear stuff like this. I told her your blood type is pudding. And they burst out laughing.
It's pudding, bitch. Like, that's not healthy. And she said it caused her irreparable damage mentally. I'm like, no, what's causing irreparable damage is your liver right now trying to keep up with the enzymes that are flowing through your... Like, it's one thing to be overweight, right? We all agree.
Oh, you should have quit while you were ahead,
guys,
bro.
forget the political stuff. If this was any comedian bombing and performing this poorly, they should. Well, not in today's crazy world, but they should be chased out of town. What's our next code here?
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Now, often when you're around a bunch of black people, you talk about how your whole past was in black comedy.
Wow. We've heard this from Josh Denny. Josh Denny has rewritten a lot of his history to include that he was basically a black comic. He worked black clubs. He gets black people. So let's see. Crowder pretends to be a stand-up comedian. You know, nobody really has confirmed that. He doesn't really do any shows, but he's got some black comedy past he's going to tell us about.
They go, oh, Chris Farley. I go, these were comedians. They were hilarious. They weren't considered sexy. They had to be talented. Like, no one said. So I actually, here in Dallas, when I was starting up, I opened up for Bruce. You guys know him? Still remember Bruce? Yeah. It was Bruce, black boy with 2 eyes, and me. I want to talk about eating shit on.
I love this. These white guys, they did like one open mic where there's like black people there. And then they pretend, oh, yeah, I was on the road with Bruce, Juicy J, Mike Will May. Oh, yeah, I was basically black. So that's what he's doing here.
It was Bruce, black boy with 2 eyes, and me. I want to talk about eating shit on stage. 19-year-old white me opening up for Black Boy and Bruce.